Welcome to Game Nights with JR. I'm JR, and I wanted to tell you about why I think you should become a member of our Patreon club. As you probably already know, every Game Nights with JR event is completely free. You just get to show up and play games, and I don't want that ever to change. That's why we host them at the bars where we don't charge tickets of any kind. We have our little tip bucket, and that's it. But if you would like to support what we do, then I wanted to make it easy for you to do that through Patreon. And I wanted to provide a ton of extras to make it worth your while. So in this video, I want to quickly break down the various tiers that I have for Patreon and what you get by subscribing to them. So let's dive in. First up is the cardboard token tier. You know these, they're the solid basic components that you need to play any board game. And that's exactly who this tier is, the people that make Game Night with JR possible. So if you pledge at the $5 a month cardboard token tier, then I'm going to make sure that you get exclusive content. Now, I know that you join Game Nights with JR for the games and playing the games, but I want to give you some insider tips on how to play, what games are, and even things like gift buying guides. So for instance, when the holidays roll around, you know I'm going to be putting out a gift guide. Maybe it's going to be the 10 games I think anyone would love getting, or maybe it's my 5 favorite games under $20. Maybe I'm going to do something like 5 games for your friend who loves water sports, or 5 games for your friend obsessed with NASCAR, right? Maybe I'm going to do 5 games for your friend that can't quit thinking about the Roman Empire. Whatever it is, I can't wait for you to have these exclusive content. I'm also going to do things like my 5 favorite games or something like that. You're going to get all of these and the archive going back forever. Whatever videos I make, whatever articles I write, all for you for free. The other thing you're going to get is voting rights. Each month, I'm curating a selection of games for the Game Nights with JR events, but I'm going to leave one of those choices up to you, the patrons. So if you think my taste is a little suspect, well, this is your chance to weigh in and make your voice heard. I'm going to have a collection of games that I say, hey, in addition to the 6 that I've curated, here is one that I'm just leaving up to you. I'll tell you why I think these games are good, but you're going to get the final choice. And it doesn't matter what tier you are. At this introductory cardboard token tier, you get to vote. That's the cardboard token tier. Again, it's our most basic tier. It's cheaper than the cost of one matinee movie a month, and I hope you'll consider pledging at this tier. Now, I know a lot of you who follow Game Nights with JR don't actually live in Dallas, and so the only time you get to attend an event is if you happen to be in town while we're having one. By the way, I should say, if you're going to be coming through Dallas, you should let me know, because if we don't have an event, I might just try to host one so that you can attend. But even still, I don't think that should stop you from being a part of Game Nights with JR. So I do have a $10 a month virtual tier. And at that tier, you get all of the benefits of the cardboard token tier, but I'm also creating at least quarterly virtual game nights. That can look something like a trivia night that you can build a team and attend virtually. It can look like maybe playing something on Board Game Simulator or something like that. But again, I'm working to create really fun and engaging virtual game nights that you can participate in. And you get to do that no matter what when you're at the virtual tier. The next tier is the Wooden Meeple tier. At this tier, things are starting to get a little bit interesting. You're a really significant part of what we do at Game Nights with JR, and so I wanted to reflect that in the rewards that you get. First of all, I'm going to do quarterly game giveaways where I pick a game that I love and I give it away to one of my patrons. And it's this tier and above that get access to that game giveaway. The other thing I'm going to do is something that, again, you probably already know about. That is my famous board game and barbecue nights, where I smoke a whole bunch of meats and tofu, don't worry, vegetarians, and then I prepare a huge feast and I invite only you folks, a Wooden Meeple token tier and above. This is my way of saying thank you. It's a night where you just get to come together with other patrons from Game Nights with JR, and we just get to have a great afternoon slash evening slash however late we go, party together, laughing together, playing games together, and eating some pretty delicious barbecue, if I don't say so myself. That and all of the previous rewards from the previous tiers are what you get when you decide to pledge at the Wooden Meeple level. Now, for $50 a month, you can be an acrylic token member. This is where things are super serious, and I think the rewards illustrate that. First of all, you will get invite only acrylic token and higher gaming events. These are going to be even smaller groups of people, so you'll have more opportunities to play games with me that I have custom curated without a lot of the distractions of a bigger game night. Secondly, you get access to my gaming library. That's right. Do you have a birthday party coming up that you want to borrow a game for? Do you just want to impress that new person that you're sweet on with a game that you don't want to have to shell out money for? That's great. If you're an Acrylic Token member, you can check out games from my personal library, which is right now almost 250 games and still growing. Speaking of a growing game collection, I guarantee you at least twice a year at this level and higher that you're going to get an invitation to an unboxing and first play event. That's right. When I get a new game, then you're going to be one of the people who gets to come over when we unpack it, set it up, and play through it for the first time. Because I have a suspicion if you're pledging at least this much, then you're pretty serious about games and you would enjoy that. It means I might feature you in some of our first play videos or feature some of your comments and thoughts about the game on the website. Only if you want, of course. I know not everyone likes being on video. But again, because you're serious about games, I want the community to get to know your thoughts on these games as well. And then the last big bonus for this is that I am creating custom Game Night with JR name tags. And if you're an acrylic token or higher member, then you get those. These are permanent name tags that have a magnetic backing so they don't ruin your clothing in any way. And I will keep these and bring them to each event so that when you come to the events, you'll have a name tag that tells everyone your name and the token level that you pledge out to let them know that you are a Game Nights with JR insider. And don't worry, a name tag doesn't compel you to be a teacher or anything like that. It just means that you are a serious supporter of Game Nights with JR, and it's one of the ways I wanted to say thank you in a very public way for that. So there you have it. Those are the major benefits to pledging at the acrylic token level. And again, for those of you who have already done that, I just want to say thank you so much. It means a lot. Now let's move on to the final tier. The last tier is the metal coin tier. You've played with metal coins in some games, right? There is nothing as premium feeling as real metal coins in a game, and that's why I chose this for you. You're pledging $100 a month to Game Nights with JR, and that means you are getting the full red carpet experience. What does that mean? Well, it means a few things. First of all, once a year, I will curate a private game night for you. Do you want to curate your nephew's bar mitzvah? Cool. Do you want to have your own birthday game night with your select guest list of friends? Great. A 4th of July party? Sure, we can make that happen. A game night just because you love games and want to hang out with me? Great. Yeah, whatever. It's your game night. We'll set it up. I'll bring all the games, and you just have to bring the guests. Next, you get to work with me on curating one of the game nights. You get to pick the games. You get to MC if you want. You get to do everything involved in curating a game night to make it fun. Or, you can do as much as you want to do. If you just want to be involved in the process and have your fingerprints on the event, that's great. But I will bring you sort of behind the curtain so you can see how things get done. And, you'll get to run the levers and stuff too. Is this metaphor getting away from me? Anyway, what I'm saying is you're serious about games. I'm serious about games, and we're going to feature you in that. The last is that on your birthday, I'm going to give you a game. That's right. I'm going to make sure that I know you well enough to pick out a game, and I'm going to gift it to you to say thank you for your support. It will be a game that I hand select. It won't be like a used one from my library or something like that. I'm going to give you a new game that I'm pretty confident you will like as a way of saying thank you so much for your support. Because at this metal coin level, you are the one who is making these things happen in big ways. And last but not least, I do have a tier for businesses. Maybe you're someone who has hosted a couple of Game Night with JR events at your business, or you've heard about us and you'd like to host. The schedule is getting pretty packed. I already have a few venues on the waiting list. And so what this tier pledge earns you is guaranteed scheduling. If you want to host it more often than once a month, we can figure that out too. But this tier shows, hey, you love what we do, you love having our community in your establishment, and you want to make sure that that happens on a guaranteed regular basis. This is the tier where we make that happen. So again, you'll also get all of the newsletter and all of those other perks like that. But we wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity for you to say, hey, we believe in this, we want this to happen, and we want to make sure it happens at our establishment. So that's the business tier. There you have it. Those are the various levels of patronage that we offer through patreon.com/GameNightsJR. I hope that you can find a level that works for you. And again, if it just doesn't work in your budget right now, or you're just not feeling it, that's okay. Our events will always be free. The only thing we ask when you attend is that you take care of the establishment, tip the servers well, be kind to the employees because they're working hard to make sure that we can have a place to come together. Thank you to everyone who's already a patron. Thank you for watching this video, and let me know if you have any questions about any of this. In the meantime, I'll see you at the next game night.